And good morning. It's your favorite friendly neighborhood Tironan. And I hope I'm your favorite neighborhood Tironan too. Excuse me. Alright, so we are looking at the J7W1 now with the gun upgrade. And wanted to see what a difference this would make. We still have 2 engine upgrades and another gun upgrade to go on this thing before it's finished being done, so this is kind of a quarterly upgrade review. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos on this, you'll know that this aircraft is one that is, how would you say it? Altitude challenged. It's a low altitude fighter. Can't really get above 5,000 feet without getting in trouble. So if you come into this thing and you start trying to test with boom and zoomers, you're going to have the miserable experience I did. Learn from another man's mistake and don't do it. Alright, and you can see I'm at 4,700 and I'm already over the happy altitude for this aircraft. You'll also notice that the gun power of this plane is just terrifying. It has 430 millimeters packed in a sequential row, and I'll see if I can't get this thing to where you can see it. And you see that beehive's nest in the front of the nose? That is packed with 30 millimeters. So no dispersion problem. They're all cowl mounted. They're all going to come out in a straight line out to the limits of the airplane's performance, and they're going to hit like hell. If you are on your target, you're going to eliminate it very quickly. That being said, you're going to need to, because the airspeed on this aircraft is at Tier 8 is not great. Not totally pathetic, but you need every ounce of speed you can get at this tier, and you just simply don't have it. So if you're wondering why I was so willing to go nose to nose with another aircraft when I got that kind of firepower advantage, I'm damn sure going to use it. You have to pay attention to your clip system, unfortunately, here. But I don't think I've ever flown an aircraft that was quite this vicious in its firepower. And I've flown a few. But if you think 20 millimeters overheat quickly, you ain't seen nothing yet. So essentially you get 4 shots and you've exhausted your clips, and you have to wait for a little bit. You're going to have to pay some attention to your height, and you're going to have to pay some attention to your speed. There's lots of aircraft out here that can go through your 400 hit points on very quickly, and I am wandering into Indian territory, and I'm terribly outnumbered. I am getting out of this area very quickly, and I have aircraft after me right now, so we are trying to do some tricky flying, and we're going to try to reverse course and see if we can't make them pay for coming after me. And here he comes. You're going to complain about the trajectory of these shells being kind of archy, and you'd be right. But you don't have any historical grounds to stand on. There was not a 30 millimeter out there that was particularly high velocity short of a few anti-air tank guns that you just didn't see put on aircraft very often. So you're going to have to lead more. But single rounds can tear down a fighter. All right. You may notice I'm playing a lot cagier with this aircraft. It is an aircraft that simply demands that you play cagey. Right, that means you're going to have to pay attention to what's around you. Do not be lured into high altitude. Your performance begins to suffer badly. And again, with aircraft at this altitude, that gets fairly dicey. And right now, what I'm looking for is where I can assist at. Now I'm going to want some boost back, so I'm going to lay off my boost. Unless or until I get into, yeah, the KI-92 or 94 is, I own that aircraft. I know exactly what it's capable of. If I can ever get rounds on him, he's going to end up being very sorry. But until then, we're just going to have to realize what we got's what we got. And I've got multiple aircraft working against me. Okay, I'm going to give him something to work with here, and a bit of a challenge. I'm going to see if I can't shake him that way. The 30 millimeters and the slow rate of fire and the arc of the 30 millimeters is something of a challenge. And so you're going to have to, which all goes to say I probably need to spend some time and money on the lightweight airframe. That was a tight one. Woo, is that ugly? Okay, and we have aircraft coming in. All right, your range on this particular, on your guns here, is it set up as 1,900 feet. And you notice one hit, and he's down probably a third of his. And he wants to run head on at me. Well, guess he didn't. And you notice I'm having no luck chasing him down at all. All right, it's just what the aircraft is, folks. You're not going to change it. You're not going to make it any better. You're going to need every aircraft speed upgrade you can get on this aircraft at this tier. Every last one. and you need it as quickly as you can get it. What it does do is it's a terrific bomber interceptor. Okay, and it's and maybe the best I've ever seen. So make use of that. I don't normally say that, but keep your teammates out of it. Tell them you've got the job, and if you kill them quick enough, you don't have to worry about your bots all chasing after it in a useless struggle. You're also going to get used to counting by fours, because that's just when... Okay. So I am getting more and more of an effective feel for how the aircraft works. This is probably the 5th time I've had it out, and I don't have the gun upgrade. I'm not going to lie, this aircraft has challenges as well as real proficiencies, and they're very pronounced. It's not particularly quick, not at tier 8. It is not particularly high altitude, which is strange because the thing is supposed to be an interceptor, but in this game, it is not. All right. I don't care how it is going to have a role, and its role will be against other multi-roles. It's ground attack aircraft, bombers, anything that doesn't maneuver terribly well. It is not a good anti-fighter fighter. It's just not. The turnier of that aircraft is the sole rate of fire, the arc of the shells, as you saw with that KI-94. I just had a hell of a struggle taking him down, and had to pull a lot of I have to admit that I did some pretty good flying there, but you shouldn't have to. So it's got some severe limitations as well as some very strong strengths. On the plus side, it's got a cannon armament from hell itself. I mean, you just saw me take down bombers as fast as I could get my nose to them. Count to 4, give it 2 or 3 seconds, fire again. The same thing. The 239s, the 329s, the 365s, the IL-10s, the IL-20s, the IL-8s that depend on having lots and lots and lots of hit points to get them through are not going to matter worth a tinker's damn when this aircraft gets its nose on it. Okay, you will destroy them in seconds. That being said, anything that takes a head-on run for you is dog chow. They will not survive the experience. So those are the strengths of the aircraft. Do not get high with it. Get yourself the lightweight airframe. Get yourself the aircraft polish. Get yourself the elevator adjustments. You're going to need all the turn you can get out of this to defend yourself against other fighters. You're going to have some strength and some persistence and an extremely wise way of flying to be successful in this aircraft. Now that will change as you begin to get some more upgrades here. You can get another 19 miles per hour. That'll help a little. Getting the aircraft polish, I'll let you do the math. Another 5% to top end speed will help a little bit. But it's got limitation. It's you're just going to if you want this aircraft, then you're going to have to accept what it is, live with its limitations, be very aware, and don't wander into be puppy chow. All right, I have shot down too many of these, so I know I'm not the only one having the issue. But yeah, you're going to want this, you're going to want this, and this helps. You're going to get your rate of fire up a little bit. And here is part of the reason I was struggling so much with this, is your rate of fire is 160 rounds a minute versus 400 rounds a minute. Okay, so it's just, I don't care if you went and looked at a 262, you would probably be seeing the same thing. I know from historical documents they complained about how it was the trajectory and the low rate of fire on them, even though they found that when they hit, they were terribly effective. So that's basically it. All right, I'm going to wrap all three of these into a single video so you guys can see them. And you can see the progression as I go through them. And we'll take it from there. Remember to like the video if you like the video. Remember to, if you don't like the video, hey, that's okay. Just tell me what you don't like and see if we can't change some things around. See if we make it a little more interesting for you, and we'll take it from there. Remember to subscribe. We need all the subscribers we can get. We're a new channel, and we thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart and with all humility, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for watching my videos. Appreciate you. You have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.